give a right proper greeting because this is an MMO and you can do emotes. Hello. What is this? So those who don't know, in about a week, the expansion for FF14 right, that is more or less what I'm going for. So you can hear me over the attack, but not completely muted. So the expansion for FF14 is coming out in about a week. I have a couple things I still need to take care of, but I thought it would be fun if I streamed this dumb thing. So here's me as a nerd. I'm a scholar. And if you see over there, there's a quest I have. When you hit level 50 in FF14, you can make this, which is a relic. And then you can work on upgrading them. However, just making the base relic gives you an achievement. And you actually get an achievement for making every base relic. So that's the goal of this night's Chivo stream, is to make my final base relic. I'm going to be skipping over this dialogue because I've seen it 9 times. This would be the 10th. So he's going to be like, hey, you want to make a Omnix. Omnilix. Well, you need to go over to this area. Be like them old scholars of Nim. Fuck, where am I going? Airport. Right. So, for those that aren't in the know of FF14, what this is going to entail is me doing a dungeon and about 5 trials, along with some miscellaneous other stuff. I'll get to show off almost every system in the game. Combat, healing, not tanking, unfortunately. Can't do tanking. But I will also be able to show off crafting, because crafting is a part of it. And, so, hey newbie, how long have you been playing this game? Over a year. And in a year, you have a lot of free time, especially on and off playing the game. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So you've only seen Ul'dah, the desert city. Yeah, so this is the oceanside city. This is Lenosha. The main city being Limsa Lominsa, which I don't think we're actually going to go into. Also, I'm in my my side chat in the chat window, which just does party and shout and all that. So I'm not streaming my free company chat, which, you know, they probably wouldn't care to be seen. And also, where the fuck am I even going? Okay, so it's in this area right here. Yeah, actually thinking about it, if you start in Limsa and you do the trial, or not Limsa, Ul'dah. If you do start in Ul'dah and do the trial, you're not actually going to see that much other than Ul'dah. You'll do one quest in each of the other zones before your trial runs out. Is this where it is? So this part of the quest is we need to find... Oh, fuck, I got slowed. Shit. I've just looked at my bar and just went, what is any of these abilities? It's been a while since I've played Scholar. Swiftcast, add low myself. Oh, I didn't even summon the main feature of this class. That would be useful, wouldn't it? Give me a second here. I see. So, Scholars are an offshoot of Arcanist, which turns into Summoner and Scholar. And Arcanist, or Scholars, can summon fairies. This is Eos. What if I can get a good look at Eos? There we go. Little fairy. She'll heal and do other shenanigans. There is our treasure coffer. This is what we came here for. Hopefully that bard... Yeah, nice. That bard is taking aggro from us. Let's just help him out a little bit. Nope, nope. He killed it first. Alright, so now we just need to go back to North Shroud and talk to Geralt, who does the relics. Honestly, the game is fun, but a lot of it is, do you like really dumb plots? Do you have people to play with? And do you like Final Fantasy references? Because this game is wrought with Final Fantasy references, honestly. I mean, hell, there's an entire raid dungeon that is just an enormous fucking Final Fantasy 3 reference. With the whole raid series ending with you fighting the Cloud of Darkness. So it's really just that. I mean, there's other miscellaneous interesting stuff in the game. Ah, yes, my friend was doing that actually, playing through all the Final Fantasy games a couple years back, and he hit 8. 8 was his wall because he was doing pretty good, by the way. You can actually become friends with the different beast tribes, which are supposed to be your enemies in this game, or one of the enemies. These are the bird people that worship Garuda. We'll be seeing Garuda later tonight. But yeah, you can actually eventually befriend all of them, so that's why I can run through that area. But no, my friend hit a wall in 8 because he was being really careful with the whole leveling stuff. But then in order to get one of the ultimate weapons, I think like Squalls, because Squalls actually unlocks his other limit breaks, he had to do a little bit of fighting, and he ended up leveling up to the point where enemies leveled up. So, like, the game actually became way too hard because like the enemies transitioned, and he was not expecting them to transition. Okay, so sum this up. We found the weapon, but it's fucked up. It's impossible to repair. So we need to make. And look, I have a system. Look at this. I have a system for organizing everything. By the way, yes, that is almost maxed out. I mean, the other things are not as bad, but like that's because some of those things can be consolidated. Where this is actually just like minus these two. These are all just for different classes. Wait a minute, that shouldn't be there. I fucked up. I fucked up. Shit. Okay, hold up. I need to fix this. Okay. Switch to Fisherman. Switch to Dragoon. And then switch back to Paladin. That should fix it. Nice. Okay. I have a system. Alright? Do not judge my system. Fuck. Anyway, what was I going at here? Okay, so we need to be an alchemist. This is my... So the nice thing about this game is once you hit level 50, you can actually change any piece of clothing to look like any other piece of clothing that character, that class can wear. So this is actually... All my crafters have this look. Because the eventually the crafting equipment becomes universal. But we need to make one of these. Fortunately, we're missing one of the ingredients, so let us make that first. Is this a 1-star? This is a 1-star. Okay. So crafting is interesting, because in order to make a high quality item, you actually need to increase that bar on the bottom. And you have durability. So I'm going to bust out a couple of moves right here. Inner Quiet, which doubles my next quality increase. Steady Hand, which makes my next thing work a lot more. And Innovation, which also increases quality. And I have a Good Status, which increases quality again by another 1.5. And then we're just going to do this move. Increases it quite a bit. Do another Great Strides. Hit it again. And there we go. We're at max. And with our last thing... Oh, actually, we're going to do a Steady Hand. And Ingenuity, which lowers the difficulty of the current item that we're making, and just do a standard synthesis. And there, we've made the item. And then for the Pictress, tricks of healing. So here's the interesting thing. I can't actually use a high quality Bloody Grimoire, and you'll notice that by using a high quality item, it auto increases the quality a bit. So, like the crafting system is super deep in this. In fact, the later parts of the crafting system actually get pretty ridiculous. But this is an easy item for me with the gear that I have. So we're just going to increase quality 5 times. Which gives me, if you look at the top of the screen here, right above the window, gives me 6 stacks of the inner quiet buff. Now, we hit these buffs right here. Again, Great Strides to double, 1.5 from innovation, ingenuity to lower difficulty, and then Birgit's Blessing here actually does more quality increase, mattering on the stacks of inner quiet we have. So we hit that, we finish it off, and then 2 Careful Synthesis, which will always succeed, and we finish the item. Now, that might not have looked too hard, and you're right, that isn't actually that hard. But then you get stuff like this. So I want to note the difficulty, which is the amount of progress we have to hit, and the quality on that. Alright? You taking interest in that? Look at this one. These are bullshit. These are actually bullshit, and like, you need to get lucky to high quality these. It's dumb. They're dumb. I hate them. Anyway, that's just making the item. So now we have the Pickaxe right here. But we need to meld it with materia, which I have prepared ahead of time. And those are just as easy as hitting buttons. And your guy gets all excited. He's like, yeah, I did it. I melded the materia. Look at this. Yeah! I love that. Also, I may seem a little... I should have mentioned this earlier. Well, here's the thing. You mentioned you can't hit that with 80 durability. So if you look right here, there's 2 moves, Master Meld and Manipulation. Manipulation increases your durability by 30 over 3 moves, so like each hit that you do increases it by 10. Master Meld just gives you a straight 60. So there's ways to get it back, and high-end crafting becomes this weird thing of juggling crafting points, because you also have this move right here, Tricks of the Trade. That's on my my right button. And every time you have a good status, you can use Tricks of the Trade to give yourself 20 crafting points. So, yeah, high-level crafting just becomes this weird juggling of crafting points. And, you know, do I have enough to run the risk of maybe not getting this? So, making sure the system is still intact. Good. Switching back over to Scholar. And you know what? Generally, I do these myself, the repairs. But I actually forgot to buy items ahead of time to do repairs. And while I was doing that, we got the true MMO experience, and I got whispered by a gold seller. Nope. You? Nope. This person. There we go. Just so that doesn't break while I'm out and about. Yeah, you're literally like forging steel. You have to wear it down and bring it back up and do that over and over again. If you get really lucky with the goods, then you can do a lot, but, you know, you have to get lucky. Okay, so he needs this Pickaxe, melded with materia. We hand it over. And he goes, good, good, good. Alright. I'm going to meld this to your relic, which apparently is just a sheet of metal. But we need more. So what we're actually going to do is go kill a chimera. We need to get the salts of a chimera's stomach, and you know, let's just go do that. And in the end result, unless I'm explaining a lot, I'm probably going to cut out some of these waitings because sometimes queues can take a little bit. There we go, the chimera, and I can show off some of the. Oh, I should, since I've changed classes. Let's just, there we go, get Eos back out. So, I need to refamiliarize myself with Scholar a bit. You have your basic heal, Physic. You have Adloquium, which gives you a galvanized shield. Sucker, which is similar, a lesser heal, but it does it to a group. Leeches removes debuffs. Resurrection is self-explanatory. Sustain actually heals my pet. And then you got your buffs. Cleric Stance makes me do damage. Rouse rouses the pet. Virus lowers the damage on the enemy. Eye for an Eye is damage lowering on the target. So you cast it on tanks. And then you have stacks. Etherflow gives you 3 Etherflow stacks, which allows you to do some interesting stuff, such as energy drain. This is one of my guild members. Oh, that's just a smile. Let's just do a thumbs up. Anyway, where was I? I lost track of myself. Okay. Right, Etherflow stacks allow you to use a couple extra abilities. There's Energy Drain, which you do it to target, and it does damage. Lustrate, I'm not going to use them because then I use up the stacks. But Lustrate heals, I think, a quarter. Let me just check the ability to be sure. Yes, a quarter of the target's max HP. And then there's Sacred Soil, which is like a bubble shield that lowers damage by 10% for everybody in it. On the damage side of things, you got Ruin, Ruin 2. Miasma, Bio, Miasma 2, and Bio 2 are all dots. And then Bane, which also uses an Etherflow stack, spreads the damage to everybody else. Oh, I should also explain this one, because this one's cool. See this? This is Shadow Flare. There's a nice big hurt zone. Damages everything in it. Jesus. And I think that's really it. Now I'm just going to goof off. I guess I could show off my other classes. While we wait. Is this a sanctuary? This is not a sanctuary. Alright. So, this is my paladin. You can tell that this is a main class. Just by the weapon, which is the Excalibur and the Aegis Shield. These are the endgame relics. You can see because they have a really dumb glow on them. I actually kind of like the glow on the sword with the way that it kind of, you know, goes down the sword. You can like kind of see that, like the little spirits going down it. I like it. It's good. Alright, if you think that's a bad shining effect, then here's a good one. This is my Dragoon, equipped with the Longinus Spear. Now, the cool thing about the effect on the Longinus Spear, it's just on the edge and it extends the blade. There we go. Relic Reborn Chimera. I have probably cut out most of that in between. So, stream viewers, you got a special little display of armors and everything. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. After I waited. Thank you. Alright, so we got a white mage. I asked, do we have a white mage because, nope, we don't. I'll cast Protect. White mage Protect is actually better than Scholar Protect. At least until the expansion comes out. Ah, yes, our good friend viewing cutscene. Oh man, look at all the babies in here. And, Hi, Gabby. Again. Oh, I don't have my keyboard by me, so I can't actually type the, God, where's Wave? There you go. Alright, time to get to position. I think? No? What are we doing here? Alright, who's this attacking? Alright, it's attacking this guy. Focus target. Alright. So, I've already prefaced this stream with I'm not a very good healer. But I like to try my best. And that's my best with hitting the wrong thing. Look, okay? The post in the thread specifically said I wasn't good. So what's happening here is the other okay, this is where things start getting harrowing. I don't have Swift Cast up, so enjoy Long Cast Resurrection. See, the reason why I can't heal well... Oh, I used the wrong move. So, yeah, you're starting to see the reasons. But honestly, I have a hard time keeping an eye on bosses and the party at the same time. Jeez, and now I'm dead. You take that back. Annie Mae is an amazing name. Yeah, it looks like Gabby's quick cast was down as well. Swift cast, not quick cast. Yeah, the problem is I'm mostly looking at the side list for the heals, and I'm missing mechanics. Aether flows. That person's dead. That person's reviving. And frankly, I don't give a shit now. Whoops, that's the wrong move. Oh, fucking hell. Subcast is down. Jesus. This is what I was afraid of. This is why I've been putting off the Scholar Relic for so long. I know some things that are coming up tonight, and I'm not looking forward to any of them. You know, the other tank can stay dead. It's fine. Look, I'm DPSing. I use Shadow Flare. And that's a limit that you hear going off. It's probably super loud. Alright, there, we're done. Fuck this place. Yeah, like I said, it's the Drone Chimera. They reference old Final Fantasy games. Alright, so doing that, we got the salts that we needed. So now we run back over to Geralt. Honestly, that fight would have been even worse if Gabby hadn't sniped in for me, which I appreciate. Alright, so he's like, ah, I sent you there because I expected you to die. There you go. So, here's the thing. The part of this that is going to be the scariest for me is what's coming up right here. As I emphasized, there's going to be 5 trials, some enemy killing, and a dungeon. Now, for the trials, I'm covered because there will always be another healer. Dungeons are different. Dungeons, I'm all by myself. Luckily, I have EOS to cover up some of the slack, but no, this is going to be rough. Also, we're going to be able to see Mordona. Mordona is the endgame town. No. When I say all by myself, I meant all by myself as a healer. It's 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. So, this is Mordona. It's a pretty nice town. The really cool thing is if you've been playing since the beginning. Whoa. I want to give you a nice panning shot here. If you've been playing since the beginning of the game, it's actually expanded over the course of the game as they've done updates. I've done it once. I've done it as White Mage. This dungeon. So I think I'll be fine. It's just if I get a good group. Also, it's a very low level. It's a very low end game dungeon. How do I even say this? It's one of the first level 50 dungeons released, so it's been outgeared, but I don't necessarily outgear it. So I just hope my my team doesn't go too crazy. There we go. And Depor Keep. Go through this. Clear selection. Dungeons. Amdapor. And let's go. Now this should fill up super fast. Because people are still running this for junk. The unfortunate thing about picking up the game right now is they are making it harder and harder to get into the game. Because you have to actually finish all the 2.0 storylines. So that's all the main story. And then, like, everything, all the post-game stuff. And there's our queue. So, in we go. If the other DPS picks up, there we go. Alright, so let's give out a Baby Protect. And a stone skin on the tank. Focus target. Alright, yep, there we go, big pulls. Okay, so a big pull is the words used for when a tank pulls multiple groups. This is not the kind of thing that you do to a newbie. And I'm not talking about myself in like the third person. Like, I'm a baby. I'm a baby healer. Don't do this to baby healers. Alright, so I get to show off another move. So we do these 3 poisons and then Bane. I don't think I got it off. So that was the move I was talking about. You do those 3, you know, your dots, and then you hit Bane, and it spreads your dots to all nearby enemies. It's part of the main DPS of the Summoner Scholar Arcanist stuff. Yeah, this is way more manageable, but that's why the other thing has 2 healers, you know. So I'm going to try getting Adlow off right here. A couple Adlows. This does give health. Switch targets, and let's go. Miasma, Bio 2, Bio. There we go. Okay, I may have been pushing my luck with that. Especially as a baby healer, I shouldn't have been doing that. But hey, he didn't die, right? That's all that matters. Ah, fuck, I should have put down Sacred Soil. Oh well. And, you know, you just throw in some ruins at the end. Although I'm not in Cleric stance, so whatever. Also, my pet is on auto because I'm very bad with the pets. And as soon as that's down, we switch back to Cleric stance and start healing the guy up. Put an Adlow on him, give him Physic. There we go. Cool. Then we switch back to Cleric stance and do like, I don't know, like a Ruin 2. No, well, you didn't even get that off. Look, as a healer, sometimes you need to go whole hog into DPS. That's just a thing. It happens. I mean, honestly, I would have been fine if... Damn it, I didn't want to do that one. Like I said, big pulls with a tiny healer like me is a little bit risky. Also, I don't have the exact muscle memory for where I've located the buttons. Like, this is fine. This amount of guys is fine. I can deal with this. I can get my dots off and then start healing. In fact, I don't even need the heal. I'm just going to throw a Rune 2. Or a Rune 1. So see, he'll die before I get the Rune 1 off. Alright. I'm actually going to go into this in Cleric stance. Because I don't need to Bane this. Just need to do these. Did I not get my Shadow Flare off? There we go. Like, yeah, see, alright. Fuck me. I'm using the wrong buttons. Using up my ether flows. But yeah, he's barely taking damage. Look at that. I remember watching a video when I was first doing this for Paladin to be like, oh, what do I have to do? I need to make sure I don't fuck up anything. And then, like, it turns out to be the stupidly easiest thing before. You've probably heard this song because every dungeon uses, like, the same boss music. So yeah, if you have a good tank like this that isn't taking that much damage, this honestly becomes a 3 DPS 1 tank fight. Also, I'm being a very bad scholar because I'm not even keeping my dots up. Alright, do I play chicken with damage? The answer is I do, but that's because I'm good. I'm going to greed that because I'll probably get it, and I need seals. No, like I'm saying, you probably heard that boss music from low-level dungeons because every dungeon uses that boss music until you get to like the really late-game dungeons. They start using different boss musics. Yep, there we go. I can turn that in for Grand Company seals, which I use to get crafting items. Okay, play an ad low. Physic. Switch targets. And let's play chicken. Oh, I don't have any ether flow stacks. See? I'm bad. I'm bad at this. Luckily, Eos is doing a much better job than me at healing, so... You know, there's that. Not really catching it, but she's over here doing a nice little embrace every now and then. How you doing, Eos? You doing good? What do you mean I'm a healer and I have to be paying attention? I don't need to pay attention to shit. Also, luckily because I'm a healer and I don't use my TP for anything, I can just sprint whenever the hell I want. There we go. Now that I got all those off, I can actually concentrate on... Oh, have you never done any dungeon? Oh, yeah. Maybe a Fate then, yeah. Or maybe a storyline boss thing might have had it. Whoops. I missed the stairway. The legendary Warrior of Light can't go upstairs. Oh, dude, did I just take aggro? Oh no, Fairy took aggro. Alright. Heal up. Nice little sustain. The thing that I will probably fuck up doing more than anything else, I forgot to go into Cleric stance, is I will probably miss healing debuffs. That will probably fuck me up. And a little Ruin 2 going out, or Ruin 1. What are you doing? What are you doing? We don't need to kill those. This way, please. Thank you. Let's get those standard buffs out. 1, 2. Alright, now let's play chicken. I just illustrated myself. Nice. 10 out of 10. Good use of stack. Whoops. Physician heal that self. No stacks. There we go. Lustrate is the big scholar heal, and I think that's a thing I need to remember because I haven't really done much post 50 scholaring. I like hit 50 in scholar and then put the class down and went, yeah, healing isn't for me. Alright, this may be familiar to a bunch of people. It's a demon wall. Demon Wall is the safety dance. Can you do the safety dance? Just a simple going back and forth like this. If you get hit, you get slowed, much as my Eos is right now. And then after he does 2 rotations of the safety dance, he does repel. And if you are standing in a wrong position, you get knocked off the side of the arena. Just to like drive home how little of a threat that boss is, the tank was in his non-tanking stance the whole time. Also, words are hard. I never left cleric stance. I never healed the tank once. So yeah. Eos was, though, yeah. But that's a whole nother thing. Oh boy. Good thing I can sprint. Got a shield on you. There we go. Oh, come on. I just put down Shadow Flare. You dick. Oh, what do you mean by what's a loot queue? So people need to, everybody needs to roll on these before they go to anything. I'm greeting, even though I don't need the items, because I can turn them into my Grand Company for Grand Company seals, which is just, you know, it's another one of those currencies, character currency, right down there, Grand Company seals. Which I use to turn into crafting items. That's all it is. I guess you never really played that many MMOs. There's 2 versions. There's greeting and needing. You can need on something if you can actually use it. Like if you are playing a healer and a healing item drops, then you are allowed to need on the item. And what needing does is it gives you better priority over a greed. So, like, if I need that item, it's going to prioritize me before the person who is just like, oh, I'm a Dragoon, I DPS, I'm just going to roll on this healing item, you know? That way, off classes can't steal your items that you actually need. Most MMOs use that kind of system. It's just, Yeah. Sorry, it's the kind of thing that, like, I've been playing, I played WoW before I played this, so it's the kind of thing that I just go, like, I figure everybody knows what needing and greeting is. Boom. Love that move. I love this. It's so useless, but Miasma 2 just looks so cool. Oh, holy balls. There we go. I gotta remember, Lustrate is a thing that just heals 25% of their health. This is honestly somewhat the lengthiest part of this quest. I mean, queue times pending. You know, part of me said, you probably shouldn't eat that. But tanking tendencies just kind of got the better of me. Sort of like, I can eat that, I'm a fucking monster. So, and another reason why I need to remember that Lustrate is a thing. So, watch as I DPS here, go over and Lustrate myself. Okay, bad demonstration. I was also in the wrong stance. Buh. Healing is hard. Um, Lustrate, since it's just a flat 25%, will always heal the guy 25% of his health, even if you're in your DPS stance. So yeah, it's nice. Are we doing a lockout? Or are we just... Yeah, okay, we're fighting them. We're fighting these guys. I shouldn't be standing here. I shouldn't be standing here. I shouldn't be standing there. They have a front cleave. Ah, cleave. Yep, there's my items. Whoop. There's a cutscene there where the boss comes out. That's the boss. Okay, let's see how much I can actually just DPS this. I might just be able to DPS this. God, I love over-leveled tanks. Make my job easy. Just gotta keep my my poisons up on him. Oh, right, that move. So there's a move going off in the center of the room, and we need to hide behind this pillar so we don't get hit by it. It's a pretty baby mechanic as far as... remember that thing I said about removing debuffs? Yeah, if you don't get into the boss arena before the pool occurs, you get locked out. That actually happens a lot in the big 24-man raids. Oh yes, we get to see Braver. Yeah, every melee class gets Braver as their level 1 limit break. And there's your... So this is... Yeah, this is what I was saying. If you need the item, if you only kind of want the item, and then I'll... There we go. I got it. Nice. I have a lot of items that I need to go turn into my Grand Company. So that was the dungeon. That was the part that I was actually a bit worried about. And turned out to be not that bad. So, that's nice. Honestly, this town right here is the town that takes the longest for me to load back into just because there's so many people. Alright. So now that I'm off my ledge, let's run back over to... Let's get on a chocobo and go back over to this person. So the next part of this might actually end up being a little boring. So we turned over the glyph and we got a book because although we repaired the relic, that's the wrong area. Although we repaired the relic, according to Geralt, something is missing. You know, while the relic is all there, it's not special, you know? So, he needs to know the history of the person who owned the relic. And you know what, let's try something a little bit different. Let's, here we go. Magitech armor. Those of you who played old Final Fantasy games, I'm going to be quiet for a bit. Stupid fates ruining my moment. Okay, here we go. Yep, it's pretty good. That was actually added in pretty recently, but it's not any less awesome. Yeah, actually, let me see if this, because this is actually part of the quest that's different every time. Military scholars. Alright, so he has to translate the book now, right? So this is the part that can be a little boring of this. We need to go back to where we got the book and beat up some Sahagin for a while. So, what can I talk about here? Because this is going to be a lot of me casting 3 spells over and over again, and then casting a lot of Ruin. Also, I'm going to... That's not right. There we go. 3, 4, 7. This is my Chocobo. The one that I always ride. You can summon it as a partner. Just doing that so we get a bit more DPS during this. Oh, I need to equip the book though. There it is. It's honestly a really bad book too. Yep, the name stays traditional. I would have used this name for my character, except I couldn't think of a last name that wasn't dumb, so I was just like, you know, WanderingNewbie actually works, so. Lazarus was actually, I don't think this is actually something I said in the, whatever I first mentioned it in like a video. But Lazarus was actually the name of my first World of Warcraft character. And it just kind of stuck with me since. And I name most characters Lazarus. Also, Eos died. Rip Eos. We'll resummon her when we land. Lazarus was actually the name of the character in the Demon Souls LP too. Like both, when I created the character for the tutorial video, and afterwards when we transferred over to the New Game Plus video, stuff. The first one was Lazarus with a S on the end, or like an S instead of, it was like LAS. And then the other one was like the, I say traditional spelling, but you know what I mean. Like the spelling I always use. Alright, so now it's going to be a lot of casting poisons on these guys, ignoring other enemies, letting Eos heal us, and letting the Chocobo do its job. Also, gotta remember, not a tank. Can't take a hit. I might actually cut out most of this in the final video. This is pretty boring overall. Like, there's honestly no way for me to be any stronger. And this is like the fastest I can do this. I can bane this. Huh. Trying to heal Eos. While Eos heals me. God, this is a mess. No, it's fine. I can take it. I'm strong. Well, no. What he can't translate isn't this book. It's the book that details the adventures of the hero that wielded this book first. So what we're doing is we're, like, I guess attuning ourselves to the relic. So he's like, go kill some dudes for a bit until, you know, you're used to the relic. And it's like, I don't know if I have to go kill that many guys. And he's like, no, attunement, it's a thing. Don't question my ways. And you just go, okay, Geralt, whatever you say. We're done here. Yeah, something like that. I mean, honestly, Geralt is a genius, and he's apparently carrying over to the expansion. So, we're not done with Geralt. Where's Eos? There she is. Right in front of me. Right, okay. Jeez, I just wish this wasn't so slow. This is not fun to do on healers. Honestly, I can just put the poisons on and move on to the next thing while the Chocobo finishes it off. If you look on the mini-map in the upper right, that's where I can go to kill all these guys. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let Chocobo finish off the first one. I'll take on the second one. And we just do some Ruin 2s. Yeah, I could take somebody along with me, but that would require me to do preparation before stream. And like hell if I'm to do that. Nah, we just fucking fly by the seat of our pants and Chibo stream. Now, I should gather up multiple guys like this. Come over here. And then Bane onto this guy. There we go. You're not supposed to use Ruin 2 because it drains through your MP faster, but that only really accounts for really long fights. That matters there. It doesn't really matter so much here. Yeah, now we're more than halfway done. I guess that's not too bad. Let's just pick up all three of these guys. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. There we go. Yes, remember to keep Chocobo alive. Like, you're not supposed to use miasma too either, but look at me, I don't even give a fuck. Oh, they silence me. Okay. I don't know what's doing that. But I'm going to kill it. Alright. Finish that off, Chocobo. Am I silenced again? Or is it just because I was walking away? Chocobo's got that under control. Just gonna move over to this guy now. I think Boko is the default name, but I've actually not seen that many named Boko. Chocobos, that is. This game's already wrought with Final Fantasy references. As most people go, you don't need more. Wait, I got this. Rune 2. The nice thing about Rune 2 is you can do it. Shelves. I don't have the kill shelf scale. Alright, good. Okay. The nice thing about Rune 2 is you can do it while you're running. I don't have any ether flows. There we go. The summoner actually gets a really cool move that allows you to deal damage based off of how many like I think it's how many geez, what am I even trying to say? How many dots you currently have on a target and like how much time is left on them. Alright. So we need another spine and another tooth. Oh, there's one over here. We're almost done. That was actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. I was trying to do that first area, was a little stupid with the way I did it. And then once again, I'm looking around and just going, where's Eos? Did Eos die? Did Eos die again? Fucking Eos. That one's dead. And then I just need to kill this shelf spine, and we're done. Come over here. Come closer. Oh, it's a spellcaster? No, okay. Like most of the things, like don't use Miasma 2, don't use Ruin 2, are generally for fights where that matters. I think I'm going to take my risk and queue up for the next fight that I know exists, because it might be another kind of long queue. And I may go to the bathroom while that's going, and also get a drink, because I'm actually starting to kill my throat a little bit. But first things first, say goodbye to Chocobo. We don't need him anymore. Duty Finder, clear selection, and we need to do the Hydra. And let's find an interesting mount. Here we go. The mount for becoming friends with the kobolds. It's a good mount. Just bomb chariot. And cat boys look like they're about to kill someone. They're about to like Assassin's Creed off of that thing. Oh shit. I guess I'm not going to the bathroom. Oh, I need to get there. I'm on a timer here, and a DPS queuing up for trial roulette can fuck me up right now. Oh, I can make it. Alright, here we go. Trying to make the transfer. Nice. Alright, I'll speed through this dialogue afterwards. Okay. Oh, so he wants me to go fight. Yeah, okay. So it just goes right into the next step. Ah, there it is. Alright, so this one may also look crazy, though it's a bit simpler for me, I guess? Question mark? Okay, I don't even have to cast Protect. But I will. Let's see how many babies there are. Baby, 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 and also a baby. Luckily, we have a very not ba- Oh, that's a baby too. I was like, look at that HP, that can't be a baby. And then I realized that they were a warrior, which has like 20% more health. Let's see if I recognize anybody in this party. Oh, rude. He's trying to cast Shadow Flare. Oh, right, I'm not supposed to stay in the middle. I was trying to get a sucker out on everyone. So, as they kind of explained in the chat, Whoa! That was like full to nothing. Oh, I just did that. Okay, luckily that didn't use up my swift cast. Also, I should be focused targeting this thing, so I can see when it uses Fear itself. Dude, people, I can't get you healed. Jesus. I don't know what... As I haven't done this in forever, I don't know what is happening to this tank that they are just dropping. We are so screwed. I am not a healer to be dealing with this. What do they keep dying to? Welcome to Failure Reel. Oh, right. The main tank shouldn't be going down. The main tank's getting like nuked from 100 to nothing. Oh, they have Volt up on them, and then they get hit. There is a mechanic to this fight that I am not familiar with. I'm just gonna go full on heal mode just to get through this. Like, if they don't have an Adlo up or a Galvanize, then I am putting a Galvanize on them. Whoa, yeah, there's a Tank Buster or something that I've never dealt with. Get a sucker out. You have a poison on you. You also have a thing on you. You also have a thing on you. This is bad. This is going to do fear itself really soon. Okay, there's fear itself. Which, once again, I should be focused targeting this thing. There, everybody has a shield. Go hog wild. The Paladin, you're asking what's the Paladin doing? The Paladin should be tanking the Wyvern that comes in. Get that shield up. Mechanics are hard, y'all. This is why I don't heal. This is way too stressful. I don't know how people do this. Like, I already, as a tank, did not take healers for granted. Fuck, after all this, you know? Y'all healers are crazy. I don't know how you focus on all this stuff and then also mechanics. Whew, though. I think we have this under control at this point. As soon as I started adloing or galvanizing that tank each time, it was a little bit better. Oh, somebody was in the middle. Oh, I meant. That's what I meant. There we go. Always say the other healer. Whew. Boy. Oh, I didn't. I just realized I didn't commend Gabby. Okay, so once again, didn't think that we'd kill the Hydra. But he translated it. So, this is what it was like, all this stuff, and the poor, the Nimians, the scholars, and all that. Also, hello, Toxic Seahorse. Nice to see you on stream. Smile, you're on candid camera. Okay, see, there's interesting lore in this, like, you know, the book was specially made to help the flow of energy and all that. That's the kind of stuff I like. So, yeah, the people in uh, orange names, those are they're on my friends list. That's actually a friend of mine. So I'm going to continue beating on this piece of metal that is apparently your book. And now for the extreme step. So, oh, okay. What are you saying? Okay. So, now this part should, in theory, go quickly. But first, we need to go fight Ifrit. And yeah, there we go. This, like, the entire idea of streaming a relic was for this part of the step. It's just fighting the 3 primals in a row. Like, look at that. I just love the Eclipse. Eclipse might be my favorite part of this fight. Oh my god, babies. We have so many babies in this. Probably like oh my god. No, it's a bunch of the ones that we were just with. No! Oh my god. The warrior with 5k health in tank stance. Oh my god. There's so many babies. You're going to be expecting me. So, I'm sorry, my keyboard is over elsewhere. Okay, I'm putting on some initial dots, and then I'm going full healing mode. Wait, which one's tanking? Okay. The beeping of my link shell stays consistent. It will be the one constant of this stream. Dude, there are a ton of first timers in here. There have to be. You cannot have that many people with low health and they're not first timers. No, I got the galvanize off. Nice. Oh my god, look how slowly that health is going down. Okay, so Ifrit jumps away and then he does this. Yeah, health overall goes up with your gear. So that's why I like, you see how I have 41 and then the other healer has 51? So you can just tell that way that the other healer is higher gear. Yeah, I can at least put down this. Another dash from Ifrit. Generally, if you're doing a good party with like current level equipment, you don't even see the first dash. At least that's been my experience. I'm just gonna put some dots on. Dots are good. Dots will speed this up a bit. Man, my link shell is pretty active, it seems. Another jump from Ifrit. And by jump, I mean dash. So, we've just hit phase 2 of Ifrit. Phase 2 in a normal, like, farm party usually happens in about 30 seconds. Yeah, because he starts doing this. That's got to be great for the frame rate. Let's see, actually. Any drop frames? No drop frames. Wow. New streaming setup actually works pretty well. We should start jumping into some Bloodborne as soon as I get to the point where I want to be to stream. Ooh, Valentino. Ah, yes, the double charge now. So, yeah, he always goes clockwise with the double charge. Well, oh no, this is just my first time streaming with the, I got an Elgato, if you're asking, like, why it's better than the last couple of times I streamed. Or since I streamed, like, a year ago. So I actually have an Elgato instead of the HD PVR. So I can actually capture directly from device instead of doing a roundabout way. God, I'm so scared constantly. We're in a good position right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of DPSing. Valentino, please. Okay, we are entering the nail phase. We're gonna put this down right there. So the nail phase is the Inferno nails right here. I'm going to rely on the other scholar. While I put dots on the nails. All these nails need to be killed before a set amount of time, or if it gets to a set amount of health. If they are not, we all fucking die. And we die hard. Why am I not putting down my shadow flare? Fucking. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't get the nails. Sucker's free apparently for some reason. Shit balls. Okay. Yeah, that would have actually been a lot better if I'd actually gotten the Sacred Soil off. That's what really killed us there. People don't know if you don't move, you have immunity. Shit. Just going for it. I can take the hits. I have lustrates. I'm dead. Oh, this is getting to be too much for me. Oh, holy crap. Mechanics are happening. Welcome to fucking Endgame. This isn't even Endgame. This is 2.0 content. I think. Like, my stream says 2.0, but, like, I mean actual 2.0. Like, we're technically in 2.15. Actually, 157. Jesus, people, please. I just got my stacks back. Busted my balls, DPS. That was level 3 limit that just went off. That was a DPS limit, which I think is just called Final Heaven. Which one of these fuckers actually does mechanics? This is too much. This was supposed to be easy. I guess I am earning my achievement. Okay. We have gotten to a happy medium. We have finally recovered from fucking hellfire. Oh, I just hit the tank with that. No charges! Oh, they are out of the range of heals. Yeah, this is only the first one. That's the best part. Remember, we're doing the triple primal gauntlet right now. Shit! For the love of Christ, people, please. These two babies are too much of a baby. Do I swift cast up? No, of course not. I like. Do I take the risk? I think I'm in the clear. Good. How is Ifrit not dead yet? For the love of Christ! This is the longest Ifrit I've ever been in. You gotta go in front of fucking Ifrit. Valentino. I am sorry, Valentino. You are dead to me. I'm not reviving you again. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Where's the fucking commendation other healer? I better get a commendation after that. Guys, I kind of understand Scholar now, to an extent. Nice. Good. I deserve it. The other healer could have deserved it as well. Let's see what we get. Nice. That was descenting. You can break down items into other items if you are high enough leveled. Alright, that was number 1. Number 2. Garuda in the Howling Eye. Whoops, forgot to actually start it up. Let's see. There's this guy over here. I guess I could talk about the other relic stuff and how bullshit the relic is. So these are all the other relic steps. Alright? You got Zenith, Atma, Animus, Novus, Nexus, Zodiac, and Zeta. So that's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you count the base. So you have to do what I did, and then you have to buy 3 specific items. Let's do this. The Zenith. That's 3 specific items, and then you turn into a Zenith. Then you have to go to 12 specific areas and do fates in those, which fates are random events that just pop up all over the place. I can actually, like, this is fate. That's a fate. That's a fate. These are fates. You do fates in those areas, and they drop crystals, and you have to get one from 12 different ones, one for each of the zodiacs. So it's like Atma of the Archer, Atma of the Maiden, stuff like that. Ah, there we go. I'll explain the rest while we wait for the last one after this. Oh, Garuda's gonna be rough because Garuda is farmed so hard at this point that people actually ignore the mechanics that just do a ton of damage. So this is gonna be interesting. Yep, this is gonna be fun, to put it nicely. How many of these people are the same? Oh, there's Gabby. Gabby must be watching and like sneaking into the things I queue up for, which I really appreciate. Whoops, I just used Swiftcast. I'm a super good fucking healer. So, obviously Garuda is the wind-based one, and will do many attacks that involve her turning and shooting wind or flapping her wings, so on and so forth. I am hiding because I am a baby. Other people don't hide because they are not babies, and they can take the hit. This is where the feathers calm down. And normally we would kill these because they're destroying the rocks, which we need for protection. However, nobody's going to kill them, except for Gabby. Thank you, Gabby. I'll probably die to these. Huh, okay, I'm fine. Yeah, so you see how easier this is going? Yeah, it's because there's barely any babies in here. Again, and I'll explain this when we get back out and I go back to explaining the different relic steps. But this is actually farmed a lot for one of the relic steps. I'm actually going to start DPSing hard, because if this is done the normal way it's done, People are going to ignore mechanics super hard coming up right here. I said sacred soil. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna just do this. Oh, she's still immune to virus. Okay, this is not gonna end well. Thank you for tank limit. RIP. Yeah, Garuda likes to yell a lot of stuff because Garuda is just like the angry primal. Alright, let's just resummon. Okay. So, LT, for you, there were two parts of this that I thought were going to be kind of hard and crazy. The first was the dungeon, because the dungeon could really go either way. This next thing is the other part, which is Titan in the naval hard mode. Oh, Ifrit was immensely hard, but I did not expect Ifrit to be hard at all. I mean, just gonna actually casually invite Gabby to party. That way I know I have another healer because I'm definitely gonna be messing this up. Alright, let me finish explaining the different relic steps. So, Atma is gather 12. It's a random drop from 12 one from 12 different zones. Completely random drop. That one's a little bit of a pain. Animus is you have to follow the steps in 9 books. And then once you finish all 9 books, you get the Animus. In total, what you end up having to do is 27 specific fates, 27 specific missions, 27 specific dungeons, and kill 900 specific enemies. Like 10 of each. That one's a little bit of a pain. Novice is materia. You have to bind materia to their weapon. And that takes a really long time. No. The sane person does this all for one class. An insane person, or I shouldn't say insane, but a person that might not be thinking straight does this for more than one class. I may have done this for more than one class. So the novice is binding materia to your weapon. You have to bind 75 materia to your weapon, and this is to give it secondary stats. Nexus is you have to grind content, and sometimes this content gives more points than normal. A Garuda, while giving extra points, you have to do currently 250 times. The Zodiac is, remember when we had to get 12 like drops from specific zones. Well, this is 16 drops from specific dungeons, as well as some other things, like some money spent on stuff, some tokens spent on stuff, and all that. Zeta is the victory lap because that's just grinding content again, like the Nexus was, except you have to do less of it, like way less, like about a third. But yeah, and that's what results in like, you know, this and this. I did. The thing is, if you're doing it the second time, you can do more than one step at a time. I had the entirety of the Zodiac step finished before I finished my light grinding on my Dragoon weapon. Because, you know, you can grind light while doing the Zodiac quests for the Zodiac items to upgrade your Zodiac weapon, and so on and so forth. Um, by the time I hit the Novus step, I had all the materia I needed from the earlier stuff. Come on, Titan. Where you at? Oh, holy shit. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I seriously had run out of stuff to talk about. Alright, so, this is Titan. Titan is quite possibly one of the best fights in the game. If not just for the music, but a lot of other things. So, Titan, he is all about AoE damage and moving people around. Right now, that may not seem that important. It will be very important in the later parts of the fight. Oh, no Aether Flow stacks. Next time. Next time. So, one thing you'll notice is that when Titan landed down from doing his big jump attack, he kind of moved the arena. Sorry. Yeah, every time he does that, the arena gets a little smaller. And a thing to note is that his big... that pushes people. It pushes them hard. And it'll knock them off. Seems as though Gabby is a bit too strong of a healer. So these bombs will come down and you have to run over to where they explode and get away from where they are going to explode. That's this guy. Did I not focus target him? I focus targeted him before. Oh, this is the same person that I think I was in Garuda with. The Granite Jail is a fun move. Because what it does is entrap a player in the, well, you'll see right here. I'm trapped in here. Right there. I need to be broken out, or I will die. That's pretty much it. This is Titan's DPS check. If you don't, you know, kill him, kill his heart by the end of this, he will wreck your face. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. Got it. Jesus Christ. Gotta keep my stacks up. So, as you've been noticing, tumults. Gabby. No. Don't you fucking go down on me. I need you. Tumults. Tumults are kind of unavoidable. And... Fuck, I did not heal Gabby. This is my fault. I fucked up everything. I need to stop talking and focus more. But yeah, this was the other fight that I was kind of worried about. I don't think anybody's noticed that both healers are down yet. Oh, Gabby got up. The tumults. Yeah. I mean, you can try and do your DPS limit break, but 25%. Oh boy. Well, it's fine, because we'll die and now we'll have 10% more health. Which is a thing that hasn't occurred yet. When you die to these trials, you get a little thing called Echo, and you get more health and more everything. Yeah, choose death. Yeah, it was my fault. I fat-fingered a swift cast and didn't get Gabby up. No, I got Gabby up with the swift cast. I didn't lustrate Gabby, which is what I should have done. That's all me. I probably shouldn't have swift casted that EOS, but oh well. Oh, I don't have any stacks of 8th of Law. There we go. Gotta keep on top of these things. If you ain't Aether flowing, why you even scholaring? Did the stream go down? Something happened. The stream isn't going. That's not good. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Yep, stream lost video at some point. Which is no good. I'm not paying attention at all. I'm sorry, Gabby. Let's just get this done. And then I can get the stream back up after the fight. I'm sure the video's fine. Should probably hit the right buttons, though. Okay, the stream is fine. It went down for me. Oh, good. Our tank got knocked off. Gabby has aggro. Oh boy. Please, warrior taunt. I can't. My swift cast is down. I can't do anything about that. Oh, I can't even think straight right now. But this music, am I right? This is great. This is a fucking great song. Oh, I got hit by weight. No, I'm good. In the clear. Alright, yeah, this is where the fight starts getting ridiculous, though, as you've probably been able to see. So we are starting upper left right there. Ooh, that is a landslide. Don't want to get hit by that. Alright, move, 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 move. And then there's my Aetherflow stacks. Alright, I know. Over the course of this, Scholar has started to click with me. It's still really hard, and I can't do the pet stuff, but I'm getting it down. I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the music for a bit. Everybody went to the wrong side. And there we go. Done. I can't actually do anything. Well, I can sell these. So, let's see if I can get this item. And, no, you got knocked off. You were good. You actually revived somebody at some point. Alright. It has been pieced out. Okay. So, now we get to finalize it. We have done all three of the primals. So now we hand over these items. And then an item that I have prepared ahead of time. The quenching oil. Actually, this can be discarded. I don't need this anymore. I'll do it afterwards. And then he finalizes the relic. There's the reader for getting the relic. And there we go. Armed to the teeth. Yep, right there. Did all these quests. Now I have the good title, Insatiable, which I'm going to put on right now. Stalwart Shield is good. I've been using that one for a while. But, too true. And then, as I am so traditionally I do, that was a sentence, I immediately upgrade the relic to the next form. There we go. Now I have Zenith. Alright, let's put this on, try it out, and then I think we'll call it a stream. There you go. That's our book. If we zoom in on the character, we can see the geometry going on in there. And then Gabby is down there with hers. I'm gonna put that away. The Last Resort, which is the Zodiac one. It's got that nice little globe gem. Well, and that's it. So if you're watching this on YouTube or you've been sitting here for the whole stream, I thank you for that. Let me adjust that and actually switch back over. There we go, Paladin. I thank you for watching the whole stream, and thank you to Gabby for helping out, because I know I couldn't have carried most of those fights by myself. And that's it. Thank you. See you later.